She threw her hands in the air. "We'll put him in the barrow, Ephraim." Joanna's eyes began to sparkle. "Ooh," she said. Her tour group approached. "We got a proper feast, Effy. Welcome them in love. Welcome them in." Ephraim scratched his nose as Joanna enunciated clearly, "Ephraim and Doris's cottage." She flourished her arms as Ephraim peered out the window. They might not want to come indoor, love, he thought. Joanna grinned at her tour group. "And now we'll go in." Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but is that supposed to move on its own? The effects are very good here, aren't they? The front door just opening by itself, I mean." Joanna frowned. "Well," she leant in conspiratorially, "there have been tales of supernatural activity linked with this cottage, of course." And gave him a wink. It would probably help to be a bit chummy, she thought. Ephraim's scythe separated the head from the shoulders in one blow. The rest of tour group cheered. "He's right," said the decapitated tourist's newly widowed wife, nodding. "The effects are very good here." Her husband, of course, did not nod. His head was now 6 feet from his body and rolling towards the front door. "How do you fake that? My Fred was in on it with you all, I suppose. He'd have to be. Never let on, though, the bugger." Doris frowned as Ephraim mopped up the stragglers and surveyed his work. "We're gonna need more barrows, Doris," he said. Doris began searching the kitchen shelves. Hungry, they had returned to the desolate banks of Lockdeal. Inside a wooden slatted admissions hut, Doris dipped her ill-fitting shoes in the pool of blood that seeped across the floorboards. "Welcome," she said. "Welcome to the trial running of—" No, that didn't sound right. Fighting to control her lopsided grin in a face she was still getting used to, Joanna trembled as she licked the crimson specks that covered her I.D. badge. "Welcome to the inaugural running of Ephraim and Doris Mahon's Tour of Terror." Yes, that sounded better. "Shit, we're late." She glanced at her unfamiliar face in the small mirror over the equally small, not to mention rusty sink. Notorious in their day, locals believed the murderous Ephraim and Doris Mahon to be demons. "Your tour will begin inside their cottage. Save essential conservation work to maintain the building. It has been left untouched since the evil couple were dragged from it. They be hang by their necks till they be dead and banished te heil for evermore. Feel free to take photographs. No flashing though, folks. Okay? Follow me." Yes, she thought, nodding to herself. Yes, that would do fine. She gave a start. Ephraim's stomachs were growling. If ignored, this sensation, initially a pleasant surprise to him, would quickly turn into an all-consuming pain, a pain he'd borne for 3 centuries, 3 centuries worth of hunger. Poking his tongue between his fangs, Ephraim frowned. "What's this all about, Dor?" he said. "I'm bloody hungry." She shooed him out the hut towards the designated a place of historical interest sign balanced amongst weeds in what had once been their vegetable garden. "It means food will come to us, Effy love, all by itself," and narrowed her eyes. The proof of the pudding, if Ephraim needed any, unwittingly presenting itself on a platter just in time for lunch. Rounding the corner of the Mahon Cottage Visitor Center and Courtyard Brasserie, Kyle didn't have a bad job, he thought as he clicked its fag ends tin shut. As jobs went, Kyle had worse. Admittedly, this dump would be cold in the winter months, but warm hidey holes could be sussed out. And there was plenty of fresh air if you liked that sort of thing. So yeah, out in the sunshine during the summer, this wasn't a bad gig. Kyle thought it was beyond him why no one else wanted it. This was security guard Kyle's last thought. It was a happy one at least. "There's a wheelbarrow over there, Effy. Look." She pointed. "We can put him in that. He'll be lighter in 2 halves, won't he?" Ephraim scratched his head. "Bit messy, love." As Ephraim leant his bony elbow on the handle of his bloodied scythe, she stared at him. Well, you've always complained about the mess, Ephraim said. I'm just saying, Dor, love. You've got them all over my bloody floor. That'll be their permanent now. Dor? Maybe we could retire? You know, put our hooves up, so to speak. Doris's hand paused over the handle of an enormous cooking pot. But Effy, what would we do, love? She said. Now, love? That's the point of retiring. Ephraim looked hopeful as Doris propped her recipe book open. I just thought that now you know, food's on tap, so to speak, we could take it a bit easy. Ephraim lit the kitchen fire with Kyle's matches, set about stripping Kyle's flesh from Kyle's bones. No. The meat's always tastier on the bone, love. Just strip 'em, hack 'em, and chuck 'em in the pot. Well, I'll leave the recipe to you as usual, my love. Ephraim smiled. Doris smiled back. Stew for 2 hours, drain and season to taste, and Bob's your uncle, she said. Happy days, said Ephraim. Happy days, echoed Doris. Ephraim and Doris Mahown watched the ferry on its last return journey of the day make its approach maneuver into Loch Deal Jetty. Ephraim peered at his reflection in the plexiglass Q shelter. Kyle's face peered back. Bo cumin Effy, said Doris. How many d'you think live on the other side of our loch, Effy, love? Dunno, he said. Lots of tourists getting off, though. Ephraim side-eyed his wife. Hey, wait now, he said, we're retired. Remember? Joanna looked back at him. Doris squeezed his hand. Well, there's life in the old dogs yet, Effy, love, she said. They stepped aboard.